Locker room. What's up, locker room? So happy, so happy, so happy. I'm going to tell you why I'm so happy. Got some great reasons to be happy. But right now, I'm watching this game, dude. Let me tell you something, man. It's so perfect, too, right now. Right now, it's 109, 104. OKC, locker room over Minnesota. And Minnesota's kind of been struggling a little bit lately.
What happens if
But, but, but OKC is not struggling. Now, Minnesota's playing to get today because OKC is what you call a true defending champion. You know what I mean? This team here, after winning their first Super Bowl last year, there was nobody on that team saying that that feeling fell short of what I really wanted it to feel like. And I don't know if that's really all I'm about. I want to catch some passes. That feeling of winning the championship was what I wanted. Now, that difference over there in Philadelphia, the football champions, to this difference right here in OKC, the basketball champions, right there, the reason why people are saying we have to watch Philly right here, right now. Because when that thing goes bad in the locker room, and it can go bad, it can get bad. Like I told you a couple of years ago, they were 21 and then 1-5 and ended up with, you get out in the playoff real quick because they just started playing bad late in the game and late in the season. And they had played so good early in the season. And it wasn't anything physically, like Jalen Hurts wasn't out, A.J. Brown wasn't out. They just couldn't get back on track. This is such a close team right here. 111-105, 17 seconds left in the fourth. This is a close team, OKC. And this is a team so opposite of Philadelphia because everyone on this team says, we don't care who gets the credit. All we care about is winning. They do a 5-man interview after the games. All of the guys, they're together because they say, we did this. So man, I love that, man. I love that. And Philly right here is what you should take a little page from. It's such a difference. Philly, Philly championship wasn't that great. I'm worried about me. OKC saying it was great because it's something we all share together. And we all earned together. We worked together. We said it, we directed it, we did it, and we got it done. Nothing greater than doing it together. OKC right now should be the favorite, will be the favorite all year long to repeat. Right now, they're 18-1. That's how you start a season after winning the championship. They're about to win the 10th straight in a row. That's how you start a season after you win a championship. And now we talk about the other champions, not the champions that the Cowboys just beat 24-21 on Sunday. We talked about that. Jalen Hurts got his 8 receptions, 110 yards, and a TD, and didn't get the win. So that was a good week, right? By the standards that they've been putting out there. A.J. Brown got his numbers, so he feels better now, even though they got the loss, right? And they'll have a tough game this week. I don't know because I started thinking about this. If this thing gets bad, if Philly goes one way and the Cowboys go the other way, the Cowboys on a 2-game win streak, haven't won 3 games in a row since Jesus was born. You see what I'm saying? So I don't. That's something saying, oh boy, the Cowboys went 3 games in a row. And then this third game in a row comes up against true champions. Not like the champions we just talked about in the Eagles, who at some point will start pointing fingers and not play together. These are true champions. You saw them fight through some real adversity last week against the Colts. The Colts had them beat dead, down, that game should have been over. But they kept fighting. They kept fighting. I even X'd out or tweeted out, I should say, one drive that this is the drive, do or die drive for the Kansas City Chiefs. If they don't make it here, they will not make the playoffs. You know what they did? They made that drive. And they won that game. So the Cowboys and the Chiefs are both guys, check this out, in the 10th spot of the prospective conference. Where they're right on the outside looking in. And you're about to get a championship battle from an old champion in the Kansas City Chiefs, who's quite not like what they used to be. But they got them old Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and these guys are going to play. Pacheco's coming back. Pacheco's, he's been out with a little sprained knee, and I was worried about it, him coming back. But honestly, my ease on that is, okay, bring back Pacheco. We just held the dude that rushed for 2,000 yards last year to 22 yards. Bring back Pacheco, because this combination of defensive tackles, they ain't seeing nothing. So come on, Pacheco. Come on. You know why I say that? At first I was like, I'm worried. But now I say, no, bring. Because if you got Pacheco back, okay, this Houston game, Houston Golden State ain't quite like what I just watched. So I'm going to just take that off the TV so I don't even look at it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what I'm talking about anyway, to be real with you. So yeah, as I look at it, man, I'm like, oh my God, this can be something. I'm even thinking, both of these teams, 10 spot, you're playing this kind of a champion. And these are the kind of champions who will not give up easily. So if the Cowboys think that they are on a regeneration or revive, because now we're playing for Marshawn Kneeland and are coming together, if they think that, they're on that revive, this is the game. This is the game to find out if, okay, you got a lot of individual talent, but can it really come together and make up some kind of championship team? If you do get in the playoffs, then you got to win this game. That's it. You got to win this game. And it's going to be one of those games that you go back and forth. And it'll be about who makes the best play or who makes the least mistakes in the end. I should have started with all of that. I'm sorry, everybody. And I appreciate all you guys coming here. I'm so caught up, and I told you I'm so happy because so many things are going on. I see Thursday night. I know Thursday night, that Cowboys game, Chiefs game, that's basically a playoff game. So get what I got. Well, I told you I'm so happy. Thursday night, Cowboys, Chiefs, 10th spot, both teams in their respective conference. That's a playoff game. Bring it to me, baby. Bring it to me. And then Saturday, I'm going to Pitt. The plane, I'm going to Pitt. I got the University of Miami in Pittsburgh. That's a playoff game because Miami has to win to get in, and I'm so excited about that. A couple weeks ago, after the SMU game, we had a 4% chance of getting in. And now all the talk is Miami right now. I'm going to show you guys too, because I got my pants that I wear now for this last 3-game win streak that we have going on. And well, I'll let you guys see it. You'll see it. I'll send this to Gene and he'll post it. You'll see how, like on those pants, I got the 3 field passes. I tell my girl here, Daphne and Hess, and I'll post it. I said, listen, you guys do. You got to wash these pants without touching these field passes. Because we got to get the pants ready and then put the Pitt field pass on. Right? because now this is a playoff game. I got a Thursday night playoff game, a Saturday night playoff game. I'm excited, and I say this to you. That's why I messed up. I should have started this off saying, Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And I appreciate all the happy Thanksgiving you guys are giving me. I appreciate it. I'm going to tell you something, man. It's so funny that this, and we get to talk about this because I have such experiences on Thanksgiving days because I played every Thanksgiving day in my during my career. I played on Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? So it's always been an incredible game. It's always been something we always look forward to because you get to play the game and get a little mini bye. So you play Thursday and then it's okay to go home and get your fat ass on. You know what I'm saying? It's okay because you already played the game. See, when you have Thanksgiving on a Thursday and you got to play on that Sunday, well, weigh-in is on Friday. How you gonna eat that Thanksgiving the right way when weigh-in on Friday and they fine you by the pound? How hungry are you for that turkey? You $12,000, $15,000 hungry for that turkey? Close niggas. You see what I'm saying? Excuse me. You may be hungry for that turkey, but you ain't $15,000, $20,000 hungry for that turkey. And if you ate too much of that turkey, that's what it's gonna cost you because they find you early Friday morning in the National Football League. And those fines be coming in sometimes $1,000 a pound over, 500, $1,000 per pound overweight. So, that's what Thanksgiving I gotta wait. Because I ain't going to be thankful to be giving my money back to them people. That's why I love playing on Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Let me talk about the Raven JJ at Raven JJ, because I tell y'all, this is about y'all, especially the Wednesdays. And I don't hear from y'all. I just told y'all. Y'all know that there's different kinds of champions. It was apropos, as God calls it, to have the Oklahoma Thunder on when we started this. And talk about what they've done in their repeat year. And then to tie it up to the guys that we just played in Philly, the defending champions, how they have this little rock repeat season going. And then going into a perennial champion like the Kansas City Chiefs. You see what I'm saying? And what it's going to take for this Cowboy team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. At Raven says, I feel like a win coming. You know what I mean? I feel like a win is coming, a W-I-N, not a W-I-N-D, not a whole strong wind blowing, but a W-I-N. And I don't know, guys, you tell me, do you think that this is more hype? Because remember, I told you guys a couple weeks ago, I said, man, I'm not going to trip. Okay, they beat the Raiders, whatever. But if they beat the Eagles, I'm going to be jumping back on that pony ride. And yeah, I climbed back aboard. I climbed back aboard. But let me say this. If the Dallas Cowboys can somehow find a way to beat the Kansas City Chiefs on Thanksgiving, which will be the highest rated NFL game, I guarantee you, in quite a while. And both of these teams are in the 10th spot. It is America's team, truly. And everybody that's been out here trying to give this Chiefs team the American moniker, because Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the old Taylor Swift effect. I'm even wondering is Taylor Swift going to be in the house on Thanksgiving? Boy, oh my God, I'm sure they have an over and under if she is in the house on Thanksgiving at Jerry's World, or how many times she will be shown, because it's going to be the most watched game in the history of most watched anyway, most watched uh uh regular season game in the history of football. Yeah, I see what I'm saying. Raven, you all right, girls, and preach. Hey, it's America team versus wannabe America's team. I could take that, Slate. I could take that, Slate, because that's what it is. That's what it is. And anybody that if the Chiefs can win and come back and do that, that's what people are going to say. Told y'all, these are the real America's team. Hey, Curtis, I want to talk about that too, Curtis, 8284. My 49ers are going to beat up Shador Sunday. I want to talk about what Shedeur going to do. We'll get to that. I want to let's do a little order in this here. Let's talk first these Cowboys. I want to hear from you guys. And honestly, tell me you think the Cowboys win. Say yes. Tell me when you if you say yes, tell me why. Give me a place of direction. Because Cowboys running stop the run right now. You see what I mean? George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb feels like he owes something. Give me something you believe is going to be a contributing factor. Now, Chiefs defense when they play against when they play. Oh, hey, hey, y'all landed. And my boy Gene. Hmm. My boy Gene landed going to pick up. Well, he's coming over. He'll be with me at the game. But you know what I'm saying? Listen, okay. All right. Now I got who is Achilles here? No, George tweeted out Mahomes' wife, Mike, shaking my head. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Yes, defense going to show up. Yes. Focus. Hit the focus will be that. That's the only thing. What did George say? I don't guys, I believe when we talk about bullet to board material and stuff like that, I believe they got Pickens now and we're going to put it together. Put it together later. Uh, 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 when the bulletin board material stuff. I believe this. I believe what people have to do is do what they need to do to get ready to play their best game. So when you get guys um like George, right? You get guys like George, and people start saying stuff like, "Oh no, he's running his mouth. He's running his mouth. He's going to get everybody fired up. He's going to get everybody fired up." No, no. Hold on, man. No, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that because everybody's different. And Jimmy Johnson used to always tell us, do what you need to do to get you ready. So, if me hyping or talking or running my mouth gets me ready, I got to do what I need to do to get me ready. People take it as, oh, he's talking bad. Oh, this is going to get the other team ready. Do you understand what George Pickens been doing his whole life? He's been over there talking noise in Pittsburgh, but didn't have a partner to back him up. You see, I like whatever he's talking because he got a partner to back him up. I'm talking about a Dak Prescott that's giving him some chances to get the ball and get him in a number of ways. I'm not just the up top dude. When I was in Pittsburgh, they told me he has to learn how to be. When I came to visit, Mike Tomlin, that's my guy, and Fredo Roberts, my best friend over there. He said, "Yeah, we're working on trying to make him a complete receiver. Not always about the deep ball." He looks pretty complete to me because now he feels every route. Remember, they were talking about he doesn't run fast on every route. He's been running pretty damn fast to me. Because right now he feels like, oh, okay, my running leads to something. Over there, I was running around like a bat out of hell and getting nothing. But over here, it's different. Talk your talk, man. Just show up like you've been showing up. I don't want y'all to start messing with this dude, man. Let me tell you something. I go back to this all the time. I raised a kid. I knew what he was like. I knew what he was. Jeremy Shockey. Jeremy Shockey was a bad man. Bad man at Miami. Bad, one of the greatest tight ends Miami ever had. Went to New York, a bad man. Talk more noise all the time. Did it at Miami, because that's where he came from. And he went to New York, a white boy talking all that noise. He blew up like the world trade. I mean, woof. And then everybody want to get in and say, hey, you got to stop talking so much. Don't make everybody mad. Don't be putting all that bulletin board material out of there. Don't stop talking. And what they didn't get, once they tell him to stop putting it on fire, they put out some of his fire. He plays better by lighting it on fire and saying, now I'm back, I got my back against the wall. That's what makes him play best. He wants to talk noise and everybody coming after him. He feels like his back against the wall, puts his brain in that reptilian state I tell you all about, fight or flight. He performs best. When they told him to stop talking, stop performing. Quite like the Shockey I knew and raised. It affects you, and I don't want us affecting him. No, CD won't be all right. He keeps dropping. This man right here did not drop passes. CD's going to be all right because we need him to be all right. And come on, let's be real. Let's be real. CD, I feel like I'm getting sick, so excuse me, guys. CD was one of the most dependable receivers in the National Football League this year, and only because, wow, when you think about it, these drops in the Philly game, it's just the Philly game. Really, just the Philly game drops. You know, the one under route against the Raiders, it was an easy touchdown, a little under route that popped off his hand. But most of it was the Philly game. And I don't think this is anything like you don't forget how to catch. Generally, you can't even make statements like that no more. You know what I mean? You don't forget how to play ball. How long you been playing ball? You've been playing ball forever. You don't forget how to catch. How long you been catching? You don't forget how to drill. Yeah, Ben Simmons should stop saying that. God bless him. But Ben Simmons, since I got to stop saying that. Because sometimes you can't forget. KC will beat Dallas. A lot of people think that. A lot of people will think that. And as I was saying to you guys, that KC defense going up against top offenses in this league right now, in top offense scoring 29, 30 points a game. That KC defense has kept them down to 21, 20, 21 points a game. That's my -8 because they play better. And here's the conundrum when you're playing a Kansas City Chiefs team, if you're the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody's looking at that matchup between Dak Prescott and Patrick Mahomes. And then the matchup really becomes about those defenses. Dallas defense and Kansas City Chiefs defense. And it's going to be great to watch. Yeah, dog. I have been staying hydrated, Mac 3176. But I also work out, and I'm so barbaric, and I do my workouts, and then I sit in the steam, and I get in the steam, and I do workouts in the steam room, So sometimes I do dehydrate myself. Excuse me. That's why I drink eat a lot of watermelon. And even this, and drink this good water, Elevate, because it has oxygen. It's hydrogen water, infused hydrogen water. Helps me get back going a little bit. You know what I mean? Get some energy and some oxygen, some hydration going in my body. Dallas won because Philly quit playing. That's what I'm saying. We're saying, hey, Stonegate. See, same thing. We say the same thing. We're saying the same thing. Dallas won because Philly quit playing. Remember what I just said. True champion, true defending champions. Just watch OKC. They ain't got no quit in them. You see, because they're fighting together. and they're 18-1, winning 10 in a row. Philly is fighting apart. So yeah, I can believe they quit playing, and certainly quit playing together. Early on, they felt that sense of urgency, Philly did, and they jumped out and they jumped on top 21-0, and everything started going good, and then they started relaxing, and everybody started wondering about who's gonna get credit and all that stuff, and then it all went out the window. On the other side, you got a team that went down. Dallas said when they got in the locker room, they were saying it's not over. We're hurting ourselves. We're hurting ourselves. And all we got to do is fix what we're doing, hurting ourselves, and we can fix this issue. And they did. Fix what was hurting them, and they fixed the issue and won the game. You're exactly what I'm saying. You know what I mean? What was your best Thanksgiving Day game? Great question, Curtis, 8284. Let me see. It depends on. Wow. I think was it a Pittsburgh? Was that Pittsburgh that played Thanksgiving? Was that Thanksgiving Day? I don't know if it was a Pittsburgh game, but one of those games, I would my best because I don't remember all the numbers. I would say my most fondest is honestly Green Bay Packers game with Red playing quarterback, Jason Garrett playing quarterback. That game, Red came in. Boom, I called an 88 special touchdown. Hart called a touchdown. I wasn't even supposed to play. I had a pulled quad in that game. But since Coach Garrett was playing and we didn't have Troy, there's no way I cannot be on the field and Troy's not on the field. And also, my dude was Jason Garrett. My guy was Jason Garrett. I worked Jason Garrett out more than I worked anybody out because he was the backup and I can call him all the time. Jason Garrett would be getting, I'm telling you, they were on a second honeymoon, lands at Dallas Airport, and I'm calling him, man, what you got me calling? Oh, man, we went on a second honeymoon. Okay, great, man, congratulations, man. Put her in a taxi, go home, keep them cleats, let's get to the field, So I was so happy that he was playing, and I wasn't going to miss that game. All that work we now put in, man. I mean, Jason Garrett, I would have a 30. I would put on my full gear, all my pads, 30-pound weight vest, and run 50 straight routes. Me and Coach Garrett, me and Jason Garrett, 10 at a time. I'm throwing up, 2-minute rest. Let's go back to the next set. 10 at a time. We run it deep out, come back, run this side, slant route, come back, run this side, 9 route, take off, all up, So it's conditioning and timing. And you're working your mind and everything. It's exhausting. They're called metabolics. You run 50, I ran 50 straight routes. Coach Garrett, man, you see him after them practices, after them workouts, these workouts. He got ice on this shoulder, ice on this elbow, ice everywhere. I don't roll that arm out. So I was happy to see him, you know, get those accolades. Now, my worst game, and everybody would have been talking about me like a dog, had the big fella not saved me. The big fella saved me like I don't know what. Let me tell you what I mean by the big fella saved me. The big fella saved me because that Miami game that we lost, they call it Leon Let It Go Bowl. That Miami game was the worst game I had ever played in the history of my career. And I'm gonna tell y'all, oh my God, it's so funny. We talking about CD Lamb. I'll just share this with you right fast. I should. I was I was driving to the game. I left the hotel. I'm driving, coming up 114, coming off Freeport to 114, and I'm like, oh my God. It started snowing, dude. Like I don't know what. And I'm driving to the game like I've never seen anything like this in my life. The way it was snowing. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, we playing Miami. No, 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 no. Miami played man coverage. Troy Vincent. Yeah, no, no, no. I know Troy Aikman gets real worried with a wet football and it's snowing. I promise y'all, my mind was, I swear, I'll never forget driving, thinking, no way we playing this game. I've never played football in this stuff. No way we playing this game. Look at this. The stuff is coming down, right? No way we playing. And I think I set my mind up and told myself, fooled myself. And then I went on that field. Everything he threw, I dropped. It was cold, but and I was everything he threw, I threw. I must have dropped 5 balls. 5 balls. Nobody remembers because Leah Let slid into the football. I told Cat this too. As soon as it happened, I said, Cat, I literally Leah Let. I said, Cat. I call Leah Let Cat. We all call him Big Cat. I said, Big Cat. Literally, that was the worst game of my life. Literally. I said, but you know what, big fella? You saved me. I said, for the rest of your life, mine too. On Thanksgiving, we gonna be talking about you. Because of that play right there. Once we found out Jimmy wasn't going to cut him, then we went and started telling him, you, the rest of your life, we will be talking about that play right there. That was, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was, dude. I never thought I would play in that game. I never thought we would play in that game. So yeah. Hey, good. Hey, Rick. George Pickens is going to have a 3 touchdown game tomorrow, like Randy Moss did against the Cowboys, huh? That'll be a good one too. Now, yeah. Let me see something like that. Let me see something like that. What do you guys also think about this notion that people are trying to intimate here? Let me tell you what's going to happen. So let me get ahead of it so we can work on it. So we can make sure that we don't allow the devil to take advantage of us. Let me tell you what happened. Now, if we go into this game tomorrow and somehow the Cowboys get a win, offense is clicking, and honestly, the Chiefs' offense hasn't been clicking. But with Patrick Mahomes, at any time, they can hit a gear. The good thing that I will give you guys this, as I analyze this is a good thing. Patrick Mahomes is dangerous if you let him control the game. I mean, snaps the ball. We had Michael Parsons, guys rushing off the end, right? Patrick steps up in it. You rush off the end, you go around, you miss. He steps up, looks around, run out this way, run out that way, makes a play down the field. Because you're coming around the backside, he steps up in pockets. And he has a right door and left door, but he has the whole field in front of him. Here's the difference that I want us to watch for. Come on. Dude, with Quentin Williams and these tackles and the way they're playing together, and the way you could tell how much they love playing and having fun together. And everybody talk about Quentin Williams' personality is like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the difference. You see now, the pressure from Dallas will come up the middle. When you bring pressure up the middle with those big tackles, you are no longer able to step up in the middle of the pocket and have the whole football field at your disposal, which is what Patrick Mahomes does. When you bring pressure up the middle, like we will be tomorrow, now you send Patrick Mahomes right or left or right, if you're looking at my hands, left or right. Once we send him right, you just worry about the right side of the field. Be hard for him to stop through all the way over. But certainly when you send him left, you don't have to worry about him stopping, cranking all the way back, and throwing all the way back across the field. You see what I'm saying? So now with pressure up the middle, he has to escape one way or the other, and it limits the field. That's the way you have to beat Patrick Mahomes. You have to limit the field. And we got the people to limit the field. You got to latch on and cover for a while because Patrick's going to buy time and he'll never, I love it. He'll never take his mind or his eyes off of the field. So you have to be ready at all times. But Dallas does have a chance. It's all about GP3. I like that it's playing. I like that frame quote. GP3 is playing like he's the best receiver in the league. And that's what I was about to tell you guys. He is playing like this. He is the best. Okay, let's come back at Sword says. Now, let me ask you this, because this is what I'm worried about coming. It's what I'm worried about coming. You know, yeah, look. Don't ask me, Sean. Come on, man, hold on. I know he will. Um, I had to tell him. This is what happened, guys. This is what I'm saying. What you got here, guys? Okay, we can't. This is what we got to watch. And this is what's going to happen. Say you win this game. Say you win this game. And I already see it coming now. Just the sprinkles, the sprinkles, and sprinkle. The whole talk is, especially if George goes and have a great game, it won't be, just listen, it won't be, oh man, Dallas really is on the run. Dallas really have a chance. Everybody that wants to see things go bad in Dallas, and that's the majority, not the minority, they're going to be focused on, well, what do you think they should do with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens? CeeDee Lamb looks jealous of George Pickens. They're going to try to create a divide here. They're going to try to stir something up in the locker room here to try to break down that unity that Marshawn Nealon has glued these guys together. That's what's going to happen. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I know CD won't go for it. No, George is not going for it. That's why I said to you guys, I don't give a damn what they did. What I say? All I care is they did it together. Because if they did it together, they will go, for this mess that's about to come when we win this game on Thanksgiving. I'm telling you right now. All right, let me give it to you. Kokomo, how you say that? Kokomo? Smooth? Yeah. 1/28/96 was my 9th birthday. And the day I became a Cowboy fan, and the day you won your last Super Bowl, I'm honored to tell you how important you are. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. You said how important I am to him. 88. I appreciate that. Dude, I mean, I really do. You know, I was watching earlier, guys, Denzel Washington and Bishop, and they were talking. And I mean, I found out a lot of things about Denzel that I did not know. I always thought he was a phenomenal actor, you know that, but also a phenomenal dude. And I met him a couple of times, big Cowboy fan, huge Cowboy fan. So I had a good time with him. But learned a lot of things, you know, about him and what it requires, what it takes to be great as him and to continue to have success, even beyond just his acting, you know, the directing, everything, to have success, to take another leaf off the root. The root is the acting, but that root produced many leaves, you know, He's speaking. This is his ministry, is what he says now. It's basically his ministry and the way he tells stories. I was touched by it. It was pretty incredible. I don't know why I diverted to it, but it was pretty incredible to watch. More comeback routes with George Pickens. Yeah, dude. When I was with George when I was with CD and we were talking about it, we're talking about in New York. We're talking about, how these two pair so well together, because they have different talents and different skill sets. CD plays inside and outside. But George is like me, a more pure outside receiver. It's just bigger plays on the outside because you get bigger chunks. You out here one-on-one more. And right now, guys, when they're trying to create this little beef between the two receivers, just remember this. Right now, CD's getting the more double teams. And that means George gets to pick up that next dude. At some point, if George keeps playing like this, somebody will flip the script and say, well, let's try it the other way. Because doubling CD hadn't slowed them down. Let's try doubling George. Now, I've never had that where they said, well, okay, let's go double the other guy. I've never had that. You know what I mean? And I was trying to think about, okay, yeah, I've never had it. But we were more defined in our routes and what we did. And Hart can run comebacks and run slants and everything. We just didn't throw him as much as they are throwing it to George right now. So, I never got that. Yeah. Yeah, I've never gotten to the point where I was the second guy, where they want to double the other guy and leave me one-on-one. Now, they would do it if they said, okay, like Eric Davis, Alvin had beat him up pretty good against San Francisco. So once they got Dion, they were verdant it. They said, hey, Dion, you go take Alvin and we double Michael. You see, and then sometimes Dion come in and Dion comes, you play Dion and you play Michael when we go single one-on-one. So they'll flip it. They didn't leave Dion on me and bring a safety over to double. They said, all right, we'll let Dion handle by himself. But if we need or think you're really going to Michael, we can double Michael and put Dion on another guy, which, it obviously worked on the year they won in the championship game. I caught 12, broke a record in the championship game, receptions and yards and touchdowns, but I'm not A.J. Brown. I was hurt. We lost. Wasn't about me breaking a record, NFC championship game record, catching more yards and touchdowns than anybody else. It was about winning the game. And that was unacceptable. Not winning the game. Hey man, my man right here, Matrice, always telling that story about you said you were lower than Terrell Owens in the Hall of Fame because all the rings were holding you down. Classic. He's talking about when I was he was talking about when I was on with Cameron Mace, right? And I guess T.O. came on with Cameron Mace. And the guys asked me a question. They said, T.O. says that you're not on his level and all of these things. You're not on his level. He has this many more catches, this many more touchdowns, and he does. And I said, I understand. He said, and they were telling me, yeah, he says you're like at the bottom of the Hall of Fame. And I said, yeah, that's where you would be if you had to hold up all of these rings and things that I have. You know what I mean? All these championships on every level. These things are heavy. You can sink to the bottom because they got weight on them. But I guess a lot of them guys wouldn't know anything about that, So I kind of hit it with that. And it was just perspective. Just perspective. See, I'm already prepared for that. Because when people come up to me all the time and they're always trying to throw out Randy Moss or Oh, I think Calvin Johnson. I think Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice is the best ever. They're always throwing out how many catches and yards and stuff like that, man. And listen, I'm all good. I'm glad you got all those catches. I'm glad you got all those yards. I'm just glad I got all these rings. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm just glad I got all these rings, and I wouldn't trade all my rings for a few more catches and a few more yards. I got a lot of catches and a lot of yards. And I got a lot of rings. I just ain't trade them for a few more catches and a few more yards. Let's get into that. Dude, that's Shador stuff. I'm going to talk about Shador Sanders. Now, all you guys have seen this, right? You guys saw that. Like, honestly, it wasn't me. I'm asking you this. Was it, I'm asking you, was it me? Like, when I watched that post game presser with Coach Stefanski, and he did not really acknowledge Shedeur. I was like, wait a minute. It's been 30 years since you had a rookie starting quarterback win his first start. You're around here begging for wins, begging for victory. You see this kid get out, get out of pocket, throw a big play. Myles Garrett looked like he said, maybe I did do the right thing signing this big deal here. Because remember, he wanted out. He didn't know what you were going to do at quarterback. He was the first person they showed. And he was like, oh, maybe I got something here. And then for you guys, for yes not to, for him, for coach not to acknowledge that, boy, we needed that victory, and victory feels good. You see how what it works, what happens when we play together, we work together, things happen great for us. He could have said something like, because any true leader and great teacher, they know when to raise you up and give you something here. This locker room is thirsty for some hope. That's why you saw Myles Garrett act like that. That was hope. Excuse me. They're thirsty for hope. And you could have given him something. I understand he's worried about Dylan Gabriel, but he could have given him something. He could have said something right then, like, listen, I saw some plays on the field by a young quarterback who got his first start and his first NFL victory. Great job, Shador Sanders. Can't wait to see where this leads. Keep working hard. And everybody, yeah. Because now you got hope. You got some hope. A whole different attitude in the locker room. For him to skip over Shador like that, that was sad. That was crazy. Made me think, oh, there really is something going on with you, buddy. That was really bad. Hey, right here, Joe Johnson. Shador Sanders will be good in Cleveland this year, but will be great next year with a full off season and with all the knowledge he learned from Deshaun Watson. Yeah. Uh, I hear what you're saying. And here's the thing that makes me say, that's interesting. What is Cleveland going to do with him? Right? Two things. Did you get it? Yeah. He did. Yeah. Yeah. Two things. You got to look at when you start talking about it. Earlier, I heard that they were trying to trade for Shedeur, and Cleveland wanted a second round draft pick. A second round draft pick. Come on. So you weren't gonna play him, and then you gonna hijack for him. You gave up. Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? So now it just seems like, yeah. It seems like they're just bad intentions. You're saying he's not good enough to play, but he's too good to trade. And take those for quarterback. We spent the fifth on them. We're not going to use them. Throw us back a fourth. Don't be reaching up saying, give us a second. It just says, yeah. And then you keep them on the bench. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I can't wait to see it, see what happens. Watson going to show him how to, oh, come on, man. I can't believe I got all the way down to the end of that sentence before I saw what you were saying. Right. Dude out of here, man. Dude out of here. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You'll never escape it. Like, even with me, you'll never escape it. It'll never go anywhere, no matter what. No matter what. No matter what I do, whatever I say, somebody always saying, Mike on cocaine. You know what I mean? They'll always say, oh, Mike on cocaine. What's going on? What's going on? When I'm hyped at a game, Mike on cocaine. Like, please, man. Please. And doing cocaine in 100 years. You see what I mean? And I can't. I can't. But everybody gonna always say that. They always, just like they'll always say what they say about Deshaun. You know what I mean? I just want to see them give Shedeur a chance. Put together a game plan that fits him. Don't give him Dylan Gabriel's dink dunk game plan. Because what he does, he's looking for a big play upfield. He's a big time player. He wants to make that big time play upfield. So yeah. Put a game plan together for him and for that offense. Give him some shots up the field and give him some rollouts. He's a good, deadly accurate on the roll, on the move, and let's see what happens with this. All I know is, guys, I saw enough in game one to make sure I want to see more. Hey, listen, I'm gonna stop right here, and I know we've been going a minute, and I want to say this right here. Your boys asked me, Mike, can you put in? I got people talking about Sean Taylor here. Sean Taylor being up Hall of Fame. It's quite a few people, and I appreciate it. And I thought somebody said something about the anniversary or something, I guess, of his situation. But there are a few people, Sean Taylor, Darren Woodson, that I hope the Hall of Fame gets right. I know Sean Taylor didn't get a chance to play out his career. And God knows, it would have been spectacular. And he truly would have been a Hall of Famer. But Darren Woodson did. And he was spectacular. And he's the all-time leading tackler for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know how you have anybody from the Dallas Cowboys in the Hall if you're not going to put Darren Woodson in the Hall. And he's the one that has the most tackles. And of course, he has championships. So of course he has championships also. You know what I mean? So come on, man. Let's do the right thing. And certainly get Darren Woodson in. But I'm okay. I agree with you here too, bro. And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to turn this. We need to be having Sean Taylor in. And people are here because it's my personal friend and I know Sean a while. My brother coached him when he was in Little League. I say we can extrapolate from what we saw that he was going to be a Hall of Famer, no doubt. And in this instance, because of the tragedy in the gifts, we can extrapolate that in our minds. What I can't make okay in my mind is what I'm seeing all over the college landscape with the people like I talked to you guys about on the Mad Mike, the Kurt Herbstreits and the Joey Galloways and the people out here trying to say, well, the head-to-head matchup at some point has to not count. Like if you have two teams with the same identical record, head to head, it's the only thing that matters. Only thing that matters. When they matched up, that's the first most important thing. Well, when they played each other, what happened? And now I'm getting people that keep talking about, well, when does head-to-head matchups stop being important? Since they won in week 1, so we're week 10, so that win in week 1 doesn't matter. My eyes see things. Do y'all know how dangerous that is to start talking about your eyes can see? That ain't what we're doing here. We're playing games and letting games determine. And then people are starting talking about, well, my eyes can see that this team is better. My eyes can see. After the team has already beaten the team, excuse me, you're going to take the action of the game and throw it out and go with the action in your head, your mind, and give it the weight of a game that has been played on the football field. That's insane in any sense of the word. If that is not insane, well, let's stop this. Let's stop getting people hurt. Let's stop playing the damn games. Let's just assemble the teams and let the committee pick out the 12 at the end of the year without playing any games. I know you still want to make the money at the games. So what we'll all do, we'll all get dressed and we'll go to the game. Everybody buy tickets and fill up the stadium. And we'll line up for the first play. And Blue 18 set and hut. And then that's when everybody wants to start grabbing liquor and drinking. There's no need of playing. If you win the game, somebody's going to say that didn't matter and make a decision on out of their mind, saying, I can clearly see with my eyes, just because you won that game don't mean you're a better team. That's the danger of what I call slapdicks jumping in our game. Let me give you some context to that. That's that's what when Jerry, when we first got the Cowboys, Jerry used to always bring people around because he was selling. Jerry's a salesman. He was selling everybody. Prince, Shador, Prince, everybody from everywhere coming in the locker room, right? And that's the term we gave him. I think Charles Haley gave him that term. Here comes Jerry with all these slapdicks. all these dudes in suits. You know what I mean? But not never been in a uniform. So guys in suits, but never been in uniforms. And that's what we have right now on that committee. And that's why I really was at, Galloway and Herb Street. Like, you guys played. How can you? I understand the AD and other people coming up with some terms saying, well, I can see if you never played. But when you play, there is nothing that overrides playing. That we have to fix. So look, Miami, it's up to you though. You gotta get it done. I don't care what anybody says. And at 11 right now, just tell me, if you win, you win. Then I gotta take that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take that. But all I'm saying, y'all gotta stop that. Stop talking about so you can make it right in your mind that the head-to-head matchup sometimes dissolve during that season. The only time the head-to-head matchup doesn't matter is if you played it last season or you plan on playing it next season. But as long as you are in that season, it should matter. Let me get you guys go and get ready for Thanksgiving. You got a lot going on for Thanksgiving, and I want to say this. Happy Thanksgiving to you. The best part of Thanksgiving? Sitting around family, football, and fun. And we're going to have some of that tomorrow in Jerry's world. Hopefully, it ends with the win in the end. You know what I mean? I got to tell you guys, when it's this time of the year, you get with family and we hold hands and we always pray right before we eat. Go around as we're praying and we ask everybody to share what it is that you are thankful for this year. And you get quite a few things, quite a few responses. But I want to share with you guys one of the things I'm thankful for this year. It's the journey that has led me right here. The opportunity to have a moment to chat with you guys on a pure and authentic level without anyone saying anything to tell me, you can't say that. Oh, no, you shouldn't. Don't say your feelings like that. Don't say that. Don't do this. I'm just telling you, man, I appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate you guys participating. I appreciate you being part of the locker room. You know, we really can't thank you enough for spending time right here with us on my YouTube channel. I've been a lot of places, worked a lot of places, and been through a lot of mess. This time, nobody can take me away from chatting with you, no matter what. You know what I mean? So I want you to continue to join me, participate right here in the locker room, tell your friends, and let's work on things, talk about things, work through things, get better with things so we can go and become all that we're supposed to be. You know, we're going to keep it authentic. And dude, the reason I told you guys also about me watching Denzel, because ultimately that's what this is going to become for me. It's just it's my ministry in a way, but it's a way that we can talk about the things that we all love and try to help us get through a great life. You know, talk about the things we love and try to get better. So yeah, this is us. This is us. Right here. And we're going to be bringing you many shows like that on this network right here. Got a production team putting things together, and I want to integrate in. Like it started with football, and then we're talking and broadcasting, but there's so many things that I see that teamwork kind of thing in. You know what I mean? That I want to bring to the people. It's like I talked about. It's that. It's seeing the goodness in everything. Every story has great lessons, and we're just illuminating those heroes of certain stories. I can't wait to tell you guys about all the things. But right now, let's get ready to enjoy Thanksgiving. Spend some great time with your family, and don't forget to tell God what you are thankful for. And as I said to you, I am thankful for you. Happy Thanksgiving. Hit the subscribe, tune in, come back right here in the locker room. God bless my people. Enjoy. Don't get too fat. Don't get too, well, no, get too full. I was about to say don't get too full. Get too full. Just don't get too fat. God bless my people. Happy Thanksgiving, Playmaker. Truly, big fan. I appreciate you, Tristan.